This is the only AI business that you should be starting, and this is how it works. Essentially, we are going to get 10 businesses in your local or not so local area to book a call onto your calendar every single day. That's 10 meetings per day. Now, once you get on those meetings, you are going to be selling those businesses on an AI receptionist, and it is going to cost them $1,000 per month. So if we can get 10 businesses to book a meeting with you every single day, you or your potential hypothetical theoretical sales rep or closer every single day, and they or you only close 3 of those businesses every single day, 3 out of the 10 on a $1,000 per month AI receptionist, which by the way, anyone can plug into any business. And I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. That's not your worry. Your worry is how can we get 10 meetings booked onto your calendar? Because if we can, and we can close 3 of them a day, that's $3,000 per day in MRR or monthly recurring revenue. And if you multiply that every day of the month, that's 3,000 times 30 days. That's $90,000 per month in recurring subscription revenue within a 30-day period. So I'm not saying you're going to do that, but if you did, you would hypothetically be making, call it $100,000 per month on subscription. Now, that would be the case, and that would happen if you could figure out a way to get 10 meetings booked onto your calendar every day. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. Most importantly, I'm going to show you how to start an AI agency. What is an AI agency? Let's get into it. Okay, so what is AI arbitrage, otherwise known as an AI agency? It's simply you taking AI services and giving them to small businesses for a monthly subscription of $1,000 per month. You give the AI services to the businesses, you act as the AI middleman, connecting the business with these AI tools, and they pay you $1,000 per month in return. Now, there's a few AI tools that you can sell. First is AI web design, a bit obsolete, but it's working really well right now. Another one is AI 5-star Google review automations, real reviews. We'll get into that in a little bit. And the third one, and the most important one right now, is the AI receptionist. The AI receptionist is absolutely cooking. It's working for me. It's working for hundreds of my students. And it's simply just sort of the honeymoon phase with it, because businesses are all like jumping up and down for the AI receptionist, being frantic. They want it so bad, but they don't know where to get it. And a McKinsey study said that over 90% of businesses want to spend money on AI, but only 30% of them have. And that sort of 40, 50, 60% of people who want to spend money on AI, but they don't know who to spend it with, that's all of our opportunity to come in and sell to those businesses and be the one that they actually invest into. So the AI receptionist is amazing because one, can take multiple calls at once, works 24/7, knows the business better than anyone else. It sounds real, it sounds professional, it sounds witty, charming, however you want it to sound, and it sounds indistinguishable from a human, most importantly. Now, the biggest selling point for the AI receptionist is, how would you like it, XYZ business owner, if after 5 p.m. when all the competition is closed, you could be the only business in your city or town who keeps their call hours open after 5 p.m. so you get 100% of the market demand after 5 p.m. So when you go to sleep at night, you know you're the only business that everyone in your city or town can call, and the AI receptionist is going to talk to them and get them booked onto your calendar or onto your, business, whatever it is, during operational hours. And they love that. Okay, XYZ business owner, how do you sell it? Bear with me. How do you sell the AI receptionist? Hey, XYZ business owner, how many extra calls do you think you get a day? I did this with my dentist the other week. I said, hey, Dr. John, how many extra calls do you think you get a day if you could take calls 24/7? He said, at least 30. I said, okay, so that's 30 times 30 days of the month. That's 900 extra calls a month. Okay, how much of those 900 calls do you think would come in? He says at least 50%. He said, part of my French, but he's like, well, I'm not even going to say it, but he's like, if you're calling a dentist, well, you're not bullshitting. You calling because you need something done. You're coming in. And so he said 50%. And I said, okay, 50% of 900 is 450. So that'd be 450 new clients every single month. What's the least amount of money they could spend? He said 150 if they get a dental cleaning without x-rays, which he's like, most people don't do. They spend a lot more than that. I said, let's be so conservative. Let's call it, they all spend $100. He said, okay, a little bit confused. I said, yeah, $100. Let's be conservative. That'd be 100 times 450, which is $45,000 in top line revenue added to your business if you could keep your call hours open 24/7. Is that correct? Yeah, that is correct. Gotcha. I could do that for you. Here's how I do it. I charge $2,000 per month. Ooh, $2,000 per month. But Dr. John, would you not pay me $2,000 per month to make an extra $45,000 per month in top line monthly revenue, not including the lifetime value of those clients, assuming they only spend $100, which is like impossible because you charge more than that? Corner them, and now they have to either make a logical decision and say yes, or make a completely illogical decision and say no, which they hardly ever do. Okay, now we digress. Now you know everything about the AI receptionist. That is good. So why is this business model great? Okay, now you know everything about the AI receptionist. Let's keep going. We need to learn everything about the AI agency so that we have the proper perspective, perception, and conceptualization of it to actually make this a profitable business. So bear with me. Why is this business model great? Well, show me the money. Obviously, we already went over this. It's so simple. Each client pays you $1,000 per month. So So 1 client is 1,000 per month, 5 clients is 5,000 per month, which means you can now replace your 9 to 5 income and actually do this full time. 10 clients, 25 clients, $25,000 per month. This really gamifies it. It is a game, except the further you level up, the more your life actually tangibly, physically gets substantially better. So you got to ask yourself, how would your life change from $25,000 per month? Not only is the income great, but you can do this from your laptop. It's all subscription income, which is passive, and you don't need to build anything to start this. Market size. Saturation doesn't exist. There's almost 40 million businesses in North America, almost 6 million new businesses every single year, and 25 million businesses who desperately need AI. Surveys show 97% of businesses are willing to spend money on AI, 57% don't know where to get it, and only 3% don't want AI. And again, this gap right here, this discrepancy, this delta is where all of our opportunity lies. So why is churn so low? What's the point of, this isn't SMMA where you get 10 clients paying you $500 per month, that's $5,000 per month, and then 6 of them leave the next month. No, churn here is so low. If you get 10 clients this month, you're making 10K a month, you'll be making 10K a month for years into the future, every single month, simply because of these 3 tools right here, you become the foundation of the business. So here's the dentistry up here. I implemented an AI receptionist into his business for $1,600 per month, and then I set up the Google reviews and I gave him a website. I am now the foundation of his business. He would never stop paying me $1,600 a month because simply it would be like pulling the rug out from under his business, and his business would collapse like a fragile house of cards, because it kind of is, especially because he relies on my services. And that's good for me because he can't churn, and it's good for him because he's getting tremendous results. So, and he's called me and he said, hey Connor, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Thank you. I'm thinking about getting more space. I'm hiring a new hygienist because of the AI receptionist. He is taking over 30 to 40 to 50 extra calls every day. Lead flows up. He literally has to hire more hygienists. He has to expand his office. And then if he expands his office and is now building an infrastructure for this new amount of lead flow, if he stopped paying me $1,600 per month, it would shut off, and he would have a bunch of employees twiddling their thumbs. So he never churns, and he's never going to churn, and it would be illogical because he's making tens, if not close to hundreds of thousands of dollars a month more because of the $1,600 per month he pays me. So that's why churn is so low. But Connor, how do I sell it to businesses? There's many different ways you can do it. We went over this. The 24/7 advantage pitch. Most businesses close by 5 p.m., but most customers don't call until after work or on weekends. An AI receptionist keeps your phone lines open 24/7, so you're the only dentist in town taking calls when everyone else is closed. You instantly become the default option for every after hours lead in your area. And then we went over this, but you can screenshot this and save this because this works with any business who has a phone. This is the equation. You just swap out the variables here. This is the best business model to start. Taking AI tools and selling them to businesses right now. It's undefeated. It's working so well. You could literally change your life in 30 days. When people actually call, so you go, when do you ask them these questions? When do most people actually call? They're always going to say during lunch breaks and after work, because if you're a business and people can only spend money on your business, then your customers are people with money, and people with money have 9 to 5s, and people with 9 to 5s can't come in or call your business while they're working a 9 to 5. So they can only call during lunch or after 5 p.m. exactly when your staff isn't answering. So you're missing dozens of calls per day simply because no one is picking up. When you do open your call hours to be 24/7 on Google, then when people look you up after hours, you go to the top of Google because Google recognizes you're the only business open, and then you actually stay at the top of Google during regular hours in the day because Google just gets used to up there. So boost your SEO as well. Next up, how many extra calls could you capture? Well, conservatively, like maybe 30 extra calls per day, because I can now take calls on weekends and after hours. Okay, that's 900 extra calls per month. How many turn into paying patients or paying clients, whatever this is, whether it's a real estate agency, whether it's a dentist, chiropractor, med spa, etc. Dental calls are high intent, so 50% would convert. That's 450 new patients each month. Average cleaning is $100 on the low end. 450 times 100 is $45,000 per month added to your top line. That doesn't include upsells, root canals, checkups, cavity fillings, which will easily double or triple the LTV or lifetime value of the customer. Again, it's just so easy to sell. You get 24/7 coverage, replaces a $4,000 to $5,000 per month human receptionist. The beautiful thing about this is you're not going, hey, you need to spend more money with me. It's, hey, let me implement this. It's going to make you more money, but it's also going to save you money right off the bat. The closing frame is so simple. This could be with any single business. Just take their variables and put it into this equation. Or would you pay $1,000 per month to bring in $45,000 in revenue every single month while also cutting your payroll costs by $3,000 to $4,000? Blah, blah, blah. You'll be the only dentist in your area who's effectively open for scheduling 24/7 while every other competitor is closed. The system pays for itself in the first few calls and makes you the go-to clinic for anyone searching after hours. It's such an easy close. How do I get in contact with businesses? Cold calling. Cold call 100 different businesses and you will get a client. I promise you it'll take you 2 to 3 hours per 100 cold calls you make. I don't like cold calling. I don't like emails. I like Facebook groups, because if you look up business owners of any place, anywhere, you can look up go to Facebook groups and look up business owners in Tampa, business owners in Austin, business owners in Toronto, business owners in Spain, business owners in Madrid, anywhere in the world. world, any city or town, you will find a Facebook group with tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of business owners. Give me 1 second. Let me show you this. So I would go to my Facebook page. Here we have Tampa Bay small businesses, 12.1K members. I'm going in here and I'm posting something like this. Hey, business owners, do you want to be the only business in your area who can take calls after 5 p.m.? Blah, blah, blah. You can read the rest of that. I have an AI receptionist who can take calls 24/7, never misses a call, sounds like a human, blah, blah, blah. If you don't believe me, call it here and throw it a curveball and you'll be blown away. I changed this number. It's not my actual AI receptionist number, so you don't spam it. But anyways, coming back here, that's Facebook groups. Now, let me explain this real quick. The Facebook groups are absolutely undefeated because I once, it was like 2 months ago, I posted into one Facebook group, and that one Facebook group got a ton of views. And from that one Facebook group, I got 77 or 79, something like that, calls in a single week because it was business owners who saw that. They called the air receptionist because I told them to and left my number in the Facebook post. And out of those 75, 80 calls that I got, like around 20 of them actually booked a meeting with me, and a little bit less actually showed up on the meetings, but I closed 7 of them. And I saw the air receptionist between $1,000 to $2,000 per month, depending on the size of the company that I'm working with. And it basically brought me in almost, it was like just shy of $10,000 per month in MRR, monthly recurring revenue. It was like 9, something like that. So from one Facebook post, I got almost $10,000 a month in revenue. And again, it took me 6 hours to plug the air receptionist into all those businesses. And then now it's just completely passive, hits my bank account on autopilot every month, which is just insane from one Facebook post. That's why I'm a huge advocate. Let me share my screen again. I am a huge advocate for selling the air receptionist via Facebook groups. And then also you can DM across social media platforms, etc. But I would lean into Facebook groups and cold calling if you want to get your hands dirty. And then honestly, this is obviously super easy. Like, you get this, just pause this and read this if you want. It's not even that important. The web is super important because that dentist who I got a few weeks ago, he now 2 weeks after I started working with him, he called me. He was like, Connor, like, as I said earlier, like, I'm literally like, the lead flow is insane. This is actually like working out. I'm gonna have to get a bigger office, more hygienists, more dentists, etc. And I was like, long story short, I'm like, we talked for a little bit. I was like, John, like, I knew it was gonna help your business out. I'm glad it did. I was like, good to see your business growing. I want to grow mine as well. I would really appreciate it if you gave me some referrals. And he's like, oh, I've been having all my, and I was like, I know you're a business owner. I know business owners know other business owners. Like, it would really help me out. He's like, oh, I've been telling all my business owner friends about this. They're all calling it. They're in love with my AI. I listen to their calls back. Like, they just talk with my AI for fun. And I was cracking up a little bit because I do the same thing. And what is super cool because they all were already interested in the AI. And he's like, I wanted to gatekeep it. And he's like, all right, I'll tell them, I'll bring them to you. Now, here's the best part. This is where if you suck at sales, it doesn't matter because these next businesses who got me literally within 24 hours, I had 2 more businesses pay me $2,000 per month. Now, I sold them on a phone call. They called me. I held the leverage. They came to me. They're like, hey, is this Connor? I'm like, yeah, this is Connor Cahill speaking. They're like, Connor, like the AI guy, you're the man. Like, oh my gosh, I was talking to John's receptionist. It's unbelievable. I need that in my business ASAP. I was like, cool. I can have it in within 24 hours. It's like, cool. Send me the invoice. Done. No sales friction, nothing. It was so transactional. John, the original business, he's literally a walking testimonial. He vouched for me. So these new businesses, they already trust me. They respect me. They know the product I'm selling and they want it. And they have a testimonial right here. And I've already got rapport with them because John spoke so highly about me to these next 2 businesses. So if you can just go dog out and get that first client, you can just rip referrals and really go get unlimited clients. And then like a week or 2 from now, I'll call both of these new business owners and do the same thing. And that's the web. That's why you just got to get your hands dirty and get 1 client. This is the best business model to start. I mean, anyone can do this. You don't need tech skills. You don't need to know how to code. You don't need to build anything. All the AI tools are already built out and done. They're literally done. And a 3rd grader could plug these into the business. So what you're going to do is you're going to post in 10 Facebook groups a day. And then I'll give you a system where the business owners will see your Facebook post and then they're going to call the AI. The AI is going to sell the business owner. This AI is meant to sell the business owner on why they need the AI. It says funny stuff like the business owners all listen to the calls back. The business owner will be like, your AI, why are you trying to sell me on using you? And then it'll be like, well, XYZ business owner, the same way I'm trying to sell you is the same way I'm going to be able to sell for you. If I'm selling for you, would you not want me to be good at sales? They'll just crack up. They're like, shit, I don't know what to say to that. And it's true. It's that good. And then it'll text the business owner a link to who called the AI from the Facebook group, and it'll be a link to book a call with me. So all I do is post Facebook groups, and then the AI does all the work. They post Facebook groups, boom, I get 10 book calls onto my calendar a day. I take those calls, I close a few of them. That's $3,000-$4,000 in subscription revenue for that day. That's going to be like 60 grand over every 12 months. And then I plug the AI into the business. And I don't actually do all this because I did do all this, but now I have one VA, a virtual assistant that I pay $400 a month. She posts the same script into 10, really she posts in like 30 Facebook groups a day. So she posts in all the Facebook groups. I take the sales calls and then she does the fulfillment. So all I do is take the sales calls. And I'm looking to hire a closer right now, a sales rep who's going to start taking a commission-based, solely commission, who's going to take all the calls for me. So I've just built this system where the lead flow comes in from one VA that I pay $400 per month for. I'm going to get someone who's better at closing than me, close these deals, and I'm just going to manage it from above and scale. Okay, let me get another VA so I can post in 150 Facebook groups. Let me run some ads. Let me do this. Let me get 2 closers so I can take 20 calls per day. Like, I did over $240,000 last month in subscription revenue. This is real. I live in a $10,000 per month apartment. This is real and it's life-changing.